Outlander is a new original show from Starz. It features heroes, villains, romance, and adventure, and it's being filmed in one of the most stunning locations in the world. Coming to you from Scotland, I'm Jared Hall, and this is AT&T Buzz. Outlander is the much-anticipated drama from Starz based on the international best-selling novels by Diana Gabaldon, and it's being filmed right here in historic Scotland. So today on Buzz, we're going to go behind the scenes and on location of this exciting new series, Outlander. We're going to talk with the cast, tour the sets, and experience the Scottish lifestyle like only we know how. It's time for your AT&T Uverse members-only look at the new Starz series, Outlander. The Buzz begins right now. Now it's time to talk single malt. One of Scotland's most famous exports is whiskey. Here's a little history of this iconic drink. Scotch whiskey was originally made from malt barley. In the late 18th century, commercial distilleries began introducing whiskey made from wheat and rye. Let's find out more. Well, we are literally just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Doon Castle right now at Deanston Distillery. Peter Semple is here with me. First, I would love for you to give me just a brief history of the distillery.
Sure. Originally, we were a cotton mill, established in 1785, but became a distillery in 1966, and so we've been making Scotch whisky since then.
Fantastic. Well, can you take me a bit through the process?
Sure. So what we have done is we've harvested our barley. All our barley is Scottish sourced from the beautiful hills in Perthshire just behind us. We then turn it into grist, which when you go into the mash house next and you add water through it, it extracts the sugar, which is in here, that we then turn into alcohol. What Adam's doing just now is what's called mashing in. This water we'll be bringing the grist in at about 64 degrees. At the bottom of our mash tun, there's a perforated copper floor that allows that sugary water to escape, where when we add yeast to it, it turns it into alcohol. Well, we're now in Deanston's tun room. We've taken that sugary water and we're going to ferment them. Fermentation takes hold after about 48 hours, but we ferment at Deanston for 100 hours. And this is where flavour and character really starts to take shape. We will then pump it through to the still house, which you'll see next. We are now in the still house of Deanston Distillery. What has come through is a liquid called wash, which is about 6% alcohol. We then start to heat that in our stills. And these are just like big kettles, really. We're looking for an average distillation of 69% ABV. That's called new make spirit. And we take that away, and we'll mature that for 3 years and longer to make Scotch whisky. We are in Warehouse 2B at Deanston Distillery, where we have around about 30,000 casks sleeping just now. At this point, we're letting the American wood do its job. We're wanting it to nurse it and caress the spirit that's in there. As it's doing that, it's taking on colour and it's taking on flavour. So even though it's deadly quiet in here, and I'm saying it is sleeping, inside there's lots of maturing going on. Over time, and as the temperature varies, the wood is having it's stamping its mark on our Scotch.
Great. We're gonna go.
Okay, we'll do some tasting. Okay, no problem.
So we've just seen that fantastic barrel room. What is actually happening in the barrels during that 12-year period?
Probably no other area than in that Warehouse 2B has the most effect on the flavour and the colour of the whiskey. That's the new make spirit that was coming off the still.
It's that clear, it looks like water.
Absolutely. It's crystal clear. That's about 70% alcohol. So that's what we take off to our filling store. And we'll drop a bit of water into that, reduce it to 63.5, and we let it sit for the next 12 years.
So this is what happens if you're patient and you wait 12 years. You go from the clear to this beautiful golden Deanston right here. Is there anything left to do besides taste it?
I think now is the time, after 12 years resting upstairs, let's get to do the good bit.
Barrel to bottle to mouth. Let's do it. All right.
So listen, we're not the whiskey police, and how you decide to drink your Scotch is up to you. We advocate a wee touch of water, but what you may want to do, have a wee try without any water. Let's give it a try. Here's now. Give it a wee try.
I hear it's appropriate to say slange.
Slange, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Slange,
there we go.
There's a wee bit of a burn there. Are you all right? It's okay. There'll be a wee bit of a burn there because there's no water yet. All right?
Right. Yeah, you feel, okay.
Here's where you go, like that.
Right.
There's the burn. There's a wee bit of warmth that comes down.
Yeah. Wow. I can't imagine, though, what the water is going to do for this.
So if I pour this up, I'll let you have a wee look. And what's going to happen, you're going to see our whiskey go cloudy. Can you see that?
Right,
That
yeah.
swirling? Okay, and then at the top, if I turn it around, what you can see there, you see what's called a ring of gold.
Yeah.
Basically. And what that is, that's the natural oils and esters that we leave in our whiskey, which we believe adds lots of flavour. Adding water to it, it's a bit like adding water to a flower. It just opens it up, opens the bouquet. It comes all of a sudden very floral. And what you want to do is just enjoy that, just have a wee try.
That's so different. Oh, it's smooth. There's not the burn.
Nope.
I'm not dying from the inside out.
Whiskey is very emotive. The taste on Deanston takes me back to my childhood. It reminds me of our picnics as a child on a farm. I think it's like that for a lot of people. Whiskey encapsulates all of that. When you go back to Los Angeles and you have a glass of Deanston, it will transport you back, and it will all be good memories, I'm sure, of visiting the distillery and everything else. And I think that's what it does for a whole lot of people.
I will remember it fondly just because of this. So,
And again,
Slange, to you.
Slange, and to you.